All right, take one. This one feels kind of almost by request. It's the Tampa Bay Lightning's first ever game in franchise history. They hosted the Chicago Blackhawks in Tampa Bay. This is an all North division matchup, even though Tampa Bay was nowhere near any of the teams that are in the North division, which were mostly in central Canada and the U.S., north central U.S. Like teams like, I've got them over here, Detroit, Toronto, St. Louis, trying to recall. Minnesota as well, and that would be the other four, and then these two, and that comprised the North Division in 1992-93. So Tampa Bay, but again, they were a new entry into the NHL, and in this game, Chris Kontos actually, he comes second up on goals on Tampa's card and fifth in assist. He ended up scoring 4 goals against the Chicago Blackhawks in this game, Tampa's first ever. And so I want to see if he can do anything like that here. And yeah, without further ado, this is the first period of my replay of the first period of the game between the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Chicago Blackhawks. So starting things off, it'll be the Blackhawks with possession. That's Christian Ruutu. And Ruutu looking to Tampa's team defense. So Ruutu penetrates. Ruutu back to Steve Smith, actually. Steve Smith here at the point with a 7. Smith needed a 9. So, and the second sequence here we have, that's Roman Hamrlik. First overall draft choice there. Roman Hamrlik later played for Montreal later in his career. And Hamrlik unable to maneuver it to Marc Bureau, another Montreal Canadian briefly. It's Adam Creighton here in the third sequence. Creighton here, testing Chicago's team defense. Only Red Kings can penetrate, so the stalwart Blackhawks defense led by Chris Chelios is going to be able to maneuver their way out of that up to the 10-minute mark here, where it's going to be Chicago ace Chris Chelios aforementioned. And Chelios with a 6, he's going to set up Jeremy Roenick. This is pretty much a done deal. Jeremy Roenick scores. Makes it 1-0 for Chicago. So Roenick from Chelios and Christian Ruutu getting in on that goal as well. 1-0 Blackhawks. And it's Tampa Bay here. Rob DeMaio, the 8, just barely missing, being able to set it up. Danton Cole, I guess that would be. So the Lightning maintain possession. That's going to be John Tucker. Tucker with the Jacks. So Chicago's defense again telling the story here in this period so far. So a couple of sequences to go here in the frame. It's Roman Hamrlik with the puck once more. This time Hamrlik with the ace. He sends it through. Rob Zaminer with the puck. Zaminer with a 10. Team Canada alumni Rob Zaminer ties it at 1. So Rob Zaminer from Roman Hamrlik. And that is, I don't actually remember this player. Oh, Steve Maltese, I think. I think his first name is Steve. I'm just memories of hockey cards. Let's see if he actually dressed in this game. I'm not doing purely as played. I don't see his name, but I do have the game pulled up here in the background on my computer. So let's check out Maltais. Yeah, Steve Maltese. Steve Maltese, I think actually now I'm even remembering how it was pronounced. It was a 3. Of course, different announcers pronounce names differently, but Maltese. So this is a sidebar digression here, but yeah, Maltese, 20 points in 63 games that season for the Lightning. Anyway, we'll give him the secondary assist here because he might not come up too often altogether. And one more sequence to play in this frame where it's going to be the Lightning team player off the bench. We have that. We're going to say that's Joe Ricci. Joe Ricci here with a 9. Ricci streaking through the neutral zone. Ricci hands it to Brian Bradley, and Tampa takes a 2-1 lead here just before the intermission. 2-1 Brian Bradley from Joe Ricci, and Marc Bureau getting the secondary helper there. So it's 2-1 Tampa after 1. So 2-1 Lightning after 20 minutes, and still recovering my voice actually from having the flu a week ago. That is Bob Beers. Beers, unable to get anything through. He was looking for Rob DeMaio. Rob Zaminer, another Rob here, and I should actually move the markers. So here in the second sequence, that's Rob Zaminer. Zaminer inside to Adam Creighton. Creighton, we got to check Red Belfour, only defeated on Red Kings. Only lets in goals on Red Kings. So great save there by Ed Belfour on Adam Creighton. And it's the Lightning maintaining possession there. Sean Chambers from the back end. And he sends it through the Chicago defense, right? Chambers through the Chicago defense to Rob Zaminer. Zaminer having a lot of touches in this game, and Zaminer has scored once again here. It's 3-1 Tampa Bay. Pretty sure Zaminer, got Tampa's first goal. So 3-1 Lightning. Zaminer from, that was Chambers, right? Zaminer from Chambers starting us off. And John Tucker. 3-1 Lightning. In real life, Tampa Bay won this game 7-3 was the final score. Double checking, it was 7-3. So to the halfway point of the game here with Tampa up by 2. And that's Bob Beers with a touch once more with the Chicago defense again. They're going to keep that away from Belfour. And it's going to be the Blackhawks with what feels like their first possession in forever. Jocelyn Lemieux unable to do anything with it. But Steve Larimer maintains the puck for Chicago. Tampa defense, Larimer all alone. That's taken away from him. And Chris Kontos. Kontos to Bradley. Scores! Brian Bradley, 4-1 here. So Kontos has an assist. He doesn't have any goals yet. Brian Bradley has a couple of them. I think it's Bradley 2, Zaminer 2. So far, Bradley from Kontos. And Bradley can't assist twice in the goal. One more sequence to play in the period where it'll be the Blackhawks touch. Brian Marchment. Marchment. Inside for Jeremy Roenick. Roenick, because he's on the road, the Joker does not count. We're going to say that the buzzer went. Maybe Roenick put it over the line, but it was after the end of 2. So it's 4-1 here for Tampa after 40. So third period, Tampa trying to hold on and win their first ever game, but Chicago off the hop. That's Greg Gilbert. Gilbert, that'll just be taken away by Tampa's team defense. Try to keep it simpler here with the commentary. That's Kontos once more. Kontos unable to create an opportunity. And Doug Crosman. Crosman through. Crosman for Rob Zaminer looking for the hat trick. 5 where he needs a 7. And that is Brent Sutter. Brent Sutter, Tampa's team defense holds strong. Tampa team player this time. Steve Malteus again. Malteus with a 7, but a 9 or greater is needed. Oh, I'm not doing 10 sequences for the third period anymore because these players already score a lot. So, let's see, it's 7, King 7. So it is the Lightning here. Mark Bureau this time. Bureau with the 2, that'll fizzle out. And that is Sean Chambers. Chambers already got a point in this game. Chambers with a 6, exactly what he needs. Chambers, that'll dip back to Brian Bradley, but he's a little farther away from the net. Bradley, that's not sufficient to score. Let me double check here. So Chicago can't come back and win this, but here they can get another goal. Christian Ruutu. Ruutu with the King. That will penetrate the Lightning's D. Ruutu on to Roenick, who's looking for another goal. He was chokered out in the second period. And the Queen, we looked at Wendell Young, who did get the start in this game, in Tampa's first ever game. So Young, Kings and Red Queens. Young will make the save here in the dying seconds. So the Tampa Bay Lightning, like in history, this was a little more of a low-scoring affair, but they've managed to defeat the Chicago Blackhawks by a final score of 4-1 in my replay of this game. Kontos did not get any goals, but he did get an assist. None of these 4 goals were his. And now that I've completed 8 games of this replay, it means that I just have 1,000 to go. There were 1,008 games played in the 1992-93 NHL regular season. But I also now have the 1949-50 set printed, not cut, but I do have it printed, and I also have a rink for it. So probably the next time that I come on to this channel with some Doc Hockey, it will be with the 1949-50 NHL season. Anyway, anytime, any consideration that you give to this, well, it's never expected. It's always appreciated. Hope that you enjoyed the game, and I hope that you enjoy playing your games. Bye for now.